Can you tell me what your skin was like before you started at Skin Bar?
Yeah, I had this discoloration. I could just see patches of discoloration, and I'd have to either cake makeup on, but I wouldn't be able to hide it. Like I have no foundation on. I just have a little bit of bronzer on my cheek to give them some color, but there's no foundation. And so, yeah, I came for the discoloration, but you can't see it now.
So I guess that answers what your skincare goals were. Did you have any other skincare goals at the time?
Well, they kind of evolved. I came in because I had that problem, and then I kind of wanted to retain my youth, or I didn't want to look 20 or try to look 20 when I started at 33. I just wanted to like look really great for my age always. So that became my new goal.
That's a perfect segue to my next question. So how long have you been a member at Skin Bar?
11 years.
11 years. And do you think that you look different today than you did 11 years ago? And if so, how?
Yeah, I think that I look better. And even me just being able to say that is a thing in itself. It's kind of a byproduct of I always, I kind of felt guilty for spending money on my skin or my looks because it was superficial and spending time on it. So for me to even say that I think I look better is already feels better. Like I feel like I look great for my. I feel like I look great. I'm not even gonna say for my age, and I'm finally learning to embrace that while it's here and not feel guilty or squeamish about it. I don't know if that makes sense, but
It's pretty common for our members who've been with us for a long time to feel like their skin, even though they've continued to age over the years, actually looks better than when they first started with us. And it sounds like that's what you're saying.
oh, hands down, it looks better. I mean, there's no discoloration, but I feel like without the discoloration, if you put my 33-year-old self next to my 44-year-old self, you wouldn't be able to tell that there's more than a decade between them.
And how do you think that's possible? You know, people that might be watching this might be saying, that's impossible. You can't go be 11 years older and now you look better when you're 43 than when you were 33. I hope you don't mind throwing your age out there, but um, what do you say to that?
Yeah, I would say I totally understand that because I used to think the same way. I thought that uh, I didn't really believe that the results were possible. I mean, I saw movie stars, but I didn't believe that I could afford the movie star results. So it it kind of I guess I feel like I am living and seeing the results on my own skin, so it's not hard for me to believe anymore. But my previous self would have never believed it.
One of the other things that is always a concern for people, especially those who live in New York, is a matter of time. Have you found, how have you made the time for beauty, let's say, and for the membership services that you do every month?
That yeah, this is a huge thing for me too. First, finding the time, and then second, not feeling guilty about spending the time on my beauty, so to speak. The way that I've made it really work for me is I combine my appointments. So I get like a laser genesis and a microcurrent in the same meeting. It takes about an hour and a half, or an hour and 45 minutes. I forget the exact time, but it's combining it. Then I just go once a month, and it makes it much easier and kind of a relaxing experience because I charge up my little playlist on my phone and stick it next to my ear, and I've gotten really comfortable by saying that if I feel good, then I can give more goodness into the world.
What services do you have? What are your favorite go-to services?
Yeah, I to get rid of the discoloration, I did Fraxel Dual, but I haven't done that in a while because I'm really just loving this rotation. I usually do a combination of laser genesis with the face and the neck. Don't forget the neck, ladies, because that is going to show your age faster than anything.
As I grab my neck.
Yeah. Um, microcurrent for the lifting and laser genesis face and neck for the plumping, collagen rebuilding. And then I switch it sometimes to laser genesis with hydrofacial. I love the hydrofacial because I feel like it's equally as effective to a regular facial, but half the time. So time is important to me. So I do laser genesis hydrofacial or laser genesis microcurrent. You might not be able to do those on the same day. I'm not sure, but it's these three treatments. And I usually try to do 2 treatments at one sitting to save time. Hydrofacial, microcurrent, and laser genesis.
So you can do all of your treatments in one appointment. So it's really condensed, and that's a very popular strategy for a lot of our members. For somebody who's hearing about this for the first time, you threw out a lot of technologies and names, and hey there, is that a future Skin Bar member?
Yes, yes. And that's, see for the time, but yeah.
So, a lot of technical terms that maybe people haven't heard of or that they don't know about, that probably comes with being a member for 11 years at Skin Bar. Any suggestions for people who are just starting out? If you can remember 11 years ago when you first started out, I don't know what your knowledge base was for skincare, 0. So what kind of advice can you pass along to would-be Skin Bar members or people who are just thinking about maybe giving it a try?
I would say the great news is you don't need to know anything because the Skin Bar staff knows everything and they know what you need. And they can explain it in really easy terms, like microcurrent lifts, laser genesis produces collagen, puffs, think baby. So they say it really easy. So you're like, okay, I can see the benefit. And then I'd say just take the leap of faith and try it for, you will see results. I think you will walk out the first appointment feeling better. In 3 months, I think you'll see a visible result, especially if you had discoloration like I did. And in 6 months, you're just going to be like, I look amazing. The big key, I do think, is that the consistent going, like, and it's only in relation to other family members that are the same age. They go for a facial every now and then, like a treat myself thing. And we come from the same family and my skin is aging slower. And I only can attest it to the lasers and the consistency. And of course, wearing sunblock. Of course.
Everybody should wear sunblock. That's the one thing you can do that doesn't cost, that costs pennies.
Costs pennies,
that
yeah.
Can save you a lot of frustration in the future. Your future self appreciates when you use sunscreen.
Yeah. I guess if you're a newbie like me, you don't have to figure it out because it's figured out for you. And that was really helpful. It was hard for me to know who to really trust, actually, to be honest. So I personally just had to take a leap of faith and try something. And I think that was because that I had that problem that was so big and bothered me so much that it had to be fixed. And then that worked. So then I was like, well, I would like this too. And I stuck around because you were able to fix my first problem. So maybe you can create this magic.
One of the things I always say to our members is that you can't solve a problem overnight because it didn't occur overnight and it takes some time. You said that your first goal was pigmentation. You had discoloration on your skin. And can you tell our viewers how many treatments or how long it took before you saw results on that particular first goal that you established here at Skin Bar?
Yeah, I could see them. I had Fraxel Dual and I could see it after the first treatment, like the pigmentation falling away. I would say it took about 3 months. I definitely knew it was working, but it took 6 months to see like, wow, it's like it's gone or nearly gone. It was a long time ago, so I can barely remember. But I felt like with uh, the Fraxel Dual, like the results got better. And they did tell me this, the results will get better as time passes. I don't quite know how that works, but that's what happened for me. So it took a few months to see the full results, but that was fine because I could see results along the way. It's like when you're losing weight, you don't just lose 10 pounds all at once. You start to feel the results right away. Like I lost 1 pound, 2 pounds. It's kind of the same thing.
That's a good analogy. I think people will be able to relate to that. Okay, well, any last thoughts that you want to share with with prospective members or people who are thinking about giving Skin Bar a try but just aren't quite sure or ready to take the leap?
Yeah, I think it will pay off. If you're thinking and wondering, I'd say take the leap because it will pay off in more than ways than just beauty. Like I now see me time as valuable, which is some kind of weird byproduct of this. And people constantly tell me my skin looks amazing. And I mean, that feels so good. As superficial it is, it feels really good. So I'd say there's not very much to lose. So I just say take the leap of faith. But if you want the wow results, think if this works for me, if it shows up, commit to it. Because that's how I feel like I got my wow results.
Yeah, it's for somebody who who do you think is the ideal candidate for a membership at Skin Bar? Do you think it's somebody who's looking for really fast one treatment, solve all my problems,
No.
or is it somebody else?
I think yeah. I mean, I don't think that's pretty much the answer for anything. The fast one treatment, it's, yeah, I don't think that's going to have a long-term effect. If you want long-term results, you have to do something consistently. Like if you want strong abs, you have to do sit-ups every day, not 100 sit-ups in one day. Right. The thing is, once you can get over the time and make it effective, like for me, that was my biggest roadblock. That it's easy. I mean, it's like going to the gym, but not having to do the sit up. You lay there and you get pampered. So it's really the only block I'm saying is in your mind and will it work for me? And that's easy to try and see. You'll see right away. You'll see something.
Well, that's great. Well, thank you for taking all the questions, the answers. These types of things really help people get a perspective, point of view of what it's like for somebody who's already been here. But I can tell that the little one is getting a little restless. So we'll end it here. Yep. And say thank you to both of you for spending this time with us.
Well, thank you. Thank you for my beautiful face.
And we'll be seeing you at the spa soon.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.